keep artboards tidy in your document, you can move and align them to suit your working style. One example is aligning artboards so that the top edges of all artboards line up. Next, you'll select all the artboards and align them. With this artboard tool still selected, we're going to click on the other two artboards to select them as well. So right now this one's selected. We're going to hold down the Shift key, click this one and this one. So now all three are selected. The Shift key allows you to select more artboards by clicking or dragging across them. Without the Shift key held down, dragging would draw a new artboard. Click the vertical align top button in the properties panel on the right to align them. So that's going to be vertical align top right there. When you click that, look at there. You might have seen that the light orange background shape on the artboard with the unforgettable beaches text didn't move with the artboard. An arrow is pointing to it, or you can see this right here rather. That rectangle is locked, and locked objects don't move when the artboards move. So choose Edit, Undo Align, and that gets them back to where they were. To unlock the background object and any other locked objects, choose Object, Unlock All. So now things are unlocked that were locked before. Now click this vertical align button, vertical align to the top, and that aligns them like they should be. In artboard editing mode, you can also arrange your artboards however you like using the Rearrange All Artboards command. This option makes it possible to arrange artboards in columns and or rows and define precise spacing between. Click the Rearrange All, and that opens the dialog box. In this dialog box, you can arrange your artboards in columns or rows and set spacing. We're going to select arrange by row. That's this one right here, arrange by row, so that the artboards can remain next to each other horizontally. Set spacing to 40. And then click OK. So now they are arranged and they are spaced just like you want them to be. The artboard that was in the middle is now the first of the row of the artboards, and the other artboards to the right of it. That's because the Arrange by Row option ordered the artboards based on artboard number. You'll see how to change that number shortly. By default, artboards are assigned a number and a name, as you've seen. When you navigate the artboards in a document, it can be helpful to name them as you have been doing. Next, you'll learn how to rename artboards so that the names help identify artboards more quickly, and you'll see other options you can set for each artboard. While still in artboard editing mode, click to select the artboard name Artboard 1. That's this one over here. It's the artboard with the unforgettable beaches text on it. Click the Artboard Options. That'll open up this dialog box. Change the name to Beach Vacation Ad. And click OK. The Artboard Options dialog box has lots of extra options for artboards, as well as a few you've already seen, like width and height. Let's choose File and then Save. To view different artboards, you can pan and zoom between them. You can also quickly jump between them using the Next Artboard and Previous Artboard buttons. Those buttons appear in the Properties panel and below the document window. By default, when using the buttons, the artboards appear in order they were created, but you can change that order. Next, you'll reorder the artboards in the panel to navigate them in the artboard order you set. So choose Window, and let's choose Artboards. And that opens the Artboards panel. It lists all the artboards in the document. It allows you to reorder, rename, add, and delete artboards, and choose many other artboard options without being in the editing mode. With this panel open, double-click the number 3. Double-clicking the number to the left of an artboard name that isn't selected in the Artboards panel makes that artboard the active artboard and fits it in the document window. click the previous artboard button below the document window to fit the previous artboard in the panel list. Hang on. Hang on. Sorry, I got disrupted. Click the previous button. So we are going right over here, clicking previous, and that takes you to number 2. That's your mountain vacation ad. In the artboards panel, you'll now see that mountain vacation ad is highlighted in the list. You see that up here. Drag the bus artboard name up until a line appears above the vacation. So we're going to drag this up and release it, and you can see that it moved that up. You can also use these arrows, move down, move up, so on and so forth. Let's choose view, fit all in window. So notice that changing the ordering of the artboards in the panel list didn't move the bus artboard. Drag the bus artboard name back down below the artboard name mountain vacation ad. So let's do this. Let's put the beach vacation ad at the top and have bus at the bottom. And then close this artboards thing. So we've just shown you how to move everything around. Fit all in window if you don't have that selected already. So next, we are going to learn about aligning and measuring content using rulers and guides. Rulers help you accurately place and measure objects and distances. They appear along the top and left sides of the document window and can be shown and hidden. There are 2 types of rulers, artboard rulers and global rulers. The point on each ruler, horizontal and vertical, where the 0 shows in the ruler origin. Artboard rulers set the ruler origin to the upper left corner of the active artboard. Global rulers set the ruler origin to the upper left corner of the first artboard or the artboard at the top of the list in the artboards panel, no matter which artboard is active. By default, rulers are set to artboard rulers. Guides are non-printing guides, non-printing lines created from the rulers that help you align objects. Next, you'll create a line or guide so you can accurately align content to an artboard. With nothing selected and the selection tool, so let's do this, select the selection tool. Nothing else should be selected. Over here in the properties panel, let's click right here to show rulers. Now you can see we have rulers across the top and along the left hand side. You could also click view and then go down here to rulers and do that right there. That's where you would go to change to global rulers. Click in each of the artboards, and as you do, look at the horizontal and vertical rulers across the top. You can see the numbers changing up here. The number 0 on each ruler corresponds with the upper left corner of that artboard. So you see zeros right here. When I click on this, oh, it's right here. Click on this one, you see the zeros right there. Alright, so with the selection tool, click the text Unforgettable Beaches in the far left artboard. Notice a very subtle black outline around the artboard. You see there's a very subtle black line around that with 1 showing in the navigation menu, which is down here. You see there's a 1 right there, which indicates that the beach vacation ad artboard is an active artboard. It was at the top of the list in the artboards panel. There can only be 1 active artboard at a time. So let's choose view, fit artboard in window. That fits the active artboard in the window, and the ruler origin 00 starts in the upper left hand corner. You see right here. Next, you'll create a guide on the active artboard. Choose select and then deselect, so now nothing is selected. Click the units menu in the properties panel. Change this to inches. So now you'll see that the ruler is showing inches instead of pixels. For this example, we need the text to be at least 0.25 inches from the edge of the ad. From the ruler on the left, drag into the artboard to make a vertical guide. Keep dragging until you reach about ½ inch on the ruler above the document. So we're going to click right here. We did the same thing in Photoshop, and about ½ inch. Don't worry about being precisely ½ inch. After creating a guide, it's selected. When selected, the color of the guide matches the color of the layer it's on, which is blue in this case, when you move the pointer away from it. With the guide still selected, change the X value to 0.25 inches. So we're going to go up here. And press enter. Choose select, deselect. In a few sections you'll drag content to align with that guide. But that is how we've set that guide. So let's click File and then Save.